What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video. And today we are in the Challenge Park in Winland and working on the steampunk coaster once again. And this is going to be a big episode because we do get a lot of theming started and get a lot of the works. I would just say started because there's a lot more to do even after this episode, and this is definitely one of the more ambitious projects that I've ever done, and let alone being in a park itself. Like, this own coaster could be its own project with how much I am putting into it, because it is absolutely huge of how much theming and thought has actually been going into this project, and I'm pretty excited. It's going to feature some onboard audio and a lot of storytelling aspects, music, and just a lot of stuff in general. And on top of that, a lot of theming inside. So the beginning of this actual ride is going to start indoors. So there is a slight indoor section just to start the ride off, and the transfer track's actually going to be right in front of the station here. So I'm going to have a small transfer track just right in front of the start of the ride, and then you're gonna turn out into the first launch, and that's where it's going to be. So I did actually some custom catwalks here and just some cool theming in this room in general, because it is a transfer room. I still wanted to have a good amount of theming for it as well. So but you'll see that through the rest of the video and the time lapses. We have a lot of theming to do, so there's a lot of work to be done. So I'm going to dip out here and get back with you in a real-time section here shortly. So enjoy the rest of the time lapse. And yeah, so here we go. so we got some progress done here, and we're going to continue on here in just a moment, but I kind of wanted to stop and kind of show off what we've got so far. So this is the transfer room right at the beginning of the ride, where we're going to have our transfer track into our storage bay right here for when they want to remove and add a train. So I'm thinking about just having one bay for right now. There are some coasters that leave trains in the on the track and don't actually store them. Since the whole thing's going to be inside a building, that's going to be cool. So we're going to have like a mini, not really a dark ride section, but a little bit on the indoor section, basically, until our first launch, which will launch right outside the building, starting the journey through the ride layout. We're going to have a ride entrance here. I'll probably redo this queue line a little bit, so that's just kind of a placeholder for now. That way we can get the proper theming and that we want to do in there. Then this is where the exit's going to come out, and I might have like a little gift shop here at the exit. That's kind of like the plan for the layout of this area. And then we'll have it, I'm thinking about having like a little bit of an observation area so guests can see at least this part of the ride in all its glory. And then we'll have like a little cutoff spot for when we want to do our next expansion, which would probably be over here. I might even put a back side entrance potentially that connects with another part of the park over here maybe, and then we can like connect it here and just kind of connect it around. I think it'd be pretty nice. So but yeah, this is going to be the first big expansion. We'll expand back here eventually as well, and it'll be pretty cool. So I've mentioned, you may have, if you haven't seen my post, that I did create custom audio for this ride, so we can kind of get a feel and listen for that here real quick. So let's go ahead and just play. I'm in seat view right now, but you can hear a little bit of a preview. Custom audio does kind of...
We have to take flight now.
Kind of glitch out a little bit, but... I'll have a little show scene in here. Right before the launch.
Get ready. Launch.
Doors are open.
Whoa, we're in the sky. Turn left. No, wait, right. Watch out for the ground. Hold on, it's getting steamy.
Second launch.
We're almost there. We made it. That was some skillful flying. Thanks for the help. I couldn't have done it without you. See you next flight.
When the restraints open, exit out to your left and don't forget any loose articles. Enjoy the rest of your day at Windland.
So yeah, that's the onboard audio that I came up with. Pretty cool. It has the music in the background. As you can tell, I kind of took some inspiration a bit from like Big Bear Mountain, which is kind of what it is based off of, or kind of the inspiration for like the layout and kind of the idea in general, but with more of a steampunk feel. So I'm still kind of developing that storyline for the most part, mostly because we're going to have some cool stuff in the queue as well that kind of tells the story a little bit before you get on the ride, and when you're on the ride, that's when the big adventure begins. So I did use some like voice AI software to get some different voices. I actually recorded the lines and then used the AI to create some cool voices for that, and then picked out some music for the background as well, so that way it has some nice music. And I think the ride just looks really great. I can't wait till thing's fully decorated. As you can see, just from the tunnel here, which we still have some work to do on this tunnel, it's going to look really, really cool when it's all done and everything, and getting all the foliage and everything around the ride, which we're going to continue on here shortly. So we'll do a little bit more in this episode. I'll have one more time lapse, but then we'll also have another tunnel here at the end as well, kind of similar to the first tunnel back over here, and that will get us into our brake run. So very, very cool, and I can't wait until it is complete, because it's going to be such a cool ride, and I love the custom audio aspects of it as well. As you can see, we're going to go all out with the and decorate the dock as well. So, but as you can see, you couldn't see the effect because we were in the front, but there is an effect when it does dispatch as well. I do have steam that comes down onto the trains as it dispatches. Kind of slightly inspired from Wildfire at Silver Dollar City, because they actually have kind of like some cool misters. So I always like that idea of doing something like that. And then we'll have some of these pipes go around all atop the station platform and everything, and just like tons of different gears and such that will make an appearance and such. So the only thing is, with the custom audio, it is a little bit, if you're not next to the audio, it does kind of glitch out and is not timed up properly unless you're on the ride or like near the ride properly, because then the audio can get off. When you're not near the audio, it kind of, I guess, forgets where it's at in there. See, you could hear it's not in the right spot. But you can see we have the steam.
We have to take flight now.
You can see the audio's
We made it.
a
That was
little
some
bit
skillful
behind.
flying. Thanks for the help. I couldn't have done it without you. See you next flight.
When the restraints open,
Get ready.
See, it's already behind. But anyways, we're going to continue. Oh gosh. We're going to continue on with this, and before we do, let's check how our finances have been going, because we still need to make sure we have enough money for all this, and they've been kind of up and down the last few months, but the last few months they've been decent, so our profit margin is not huge, but this month just started, so I'm not too concerned, because a little bit of an issue with shops, which are starting to dip, and those are... We've usually been in the positive every month, but you can see in June we actually got behind, and now we're actually really far behind out of nowhere. Kind of interesting. It's just a Memento always does well. The restaurant always does well. Pip Shot, all in the positive for last month. We did make a profit last month, but Street Fox Coffee kind of took a hit that month. I don't think we've had this one open. I want to look at getting some of these back open, actually. So ice cream, good. This just, the Memento is in the negative. Interesting. Hats, fantastic. Looking pretty good. Only $33, but still profit. How's our pizza shop in here doing? Very, very poorly. So that's probably a good big factor as well. The shops, just a Memento, not doing so well either. Gotta be careful with those shops, but as successful as I think this area was, not a ton of people are inside here, so hopefully when we get this ride open, that will drastically change. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it before we run out of money, because we are losing money, but you can see shops and facilities are back in the positive. Oh, never mind. Just lost it. See how many guests are coming in. There's a lot of guests leaving, but there's still a good steady flow of people coming in. Maybe we just hit like a little gap without people coming in. Yeah, you can see there's not like a ton of people coming in at this second. So it looks like there's a little bit of a gap, and that's where our funds have fallen off. But anyways, we're going to get into the time lapse, and keep it going here. This will be our last little time lapse. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more done, and then we'll call it an episode. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this episode up. As you can see, we did work on a bit more extra theming and a little bit on the queue line. We still got quite a bit, obviously, to work on, but we are... Is that a part of something? Oh, it's part of that. Somehow I got a part of that building. That's interesting. Got split that. So yeah, we got a good amount done, but we're not even close to where I want to be with this ride. So you're gonna see like a lot of theming, quite a bit of theming throughout the ride. Like in this tunnel section, I wanted a nice heavily themed area kind of around here, and I want to make it look like you're trying to potentially avoid some of the buildings around. And obviously it's like some nice cool little near misses with some like particle effects and everything like that. And you can see at night we actually have some cool effects for the tunnel, which are going to be popping pretty nicely, and then we'll do some more lighting later on as well on some of these facade buildings. So this is basically going to be a facade. I'm thinking about adding some like little scaffolding behind here to kind of make it look like it's kind of just set up as a facade building. This is going to have a lot more detail, by the way. This is just kind of a base, and I'm just now getting started, but this episode's gone on quite long, so we're gonna wrap it up a little bit here. I want to try and get a lot done in each episode because it is going to take some time and effort as we go along. So I'm gonna go here, and then as you can see, I do want to have a lot of piping and pipes and everything like that, just kind of looking very nice. And this is going to be amazing, and I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. As once we get closer to the final product, it's going to be so much incredible. It's going to be so incredible. You're going to want to be able to see the ending of this. Again, this is kind of like my big last huge project in Planet Coaster 1, so I want to make sure the rides that I build in this park are top notch and just some of the best work that I've done, hopefully. And yeah, so let me know in the comments section what you guys think so far. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do. I still got to work on the little show scene that's going to be here in the launch area, and of course, obviously, we have the second launch area, and just there's a lot to do. So anyways, that's going to about do it for the episode. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and even cooler tomorrow. Thanks, and goodbye.